teams who set a pace that nobody else could touch will meet in the grand final. The Panthers trying to become the first team since the great Eels of the early 80s to win 3 successive premierships, while the Broncos, they're looking to remind everybody that they were once the powerhouse of the NRL, hoping to break a title drought tonight that runs all the way back to 2006. There's a flare-up.
He goes short here, Reynolds.
Wouldn't be surprised that's exactly what he's doing. To break the plane of the 10, it does. Tap backwards! Kenny is there! Kenny given a gift! The Panthers have the first try. It comes in extraordinary circumstances. Reynolds shaking off the knock to the hip. Here he is searching for an option. Barnwood, a terrific option. Step past 2 of them. Taken down by Tungor. Last play, Smoothie, Flagler, did he get there? Very close. The referee says yes. Flagler scores. The Broncos are on the board. The Panthers have their noses in front as they surge for 3 straight. It's 8-6 at the break.
Disappointing always to concede any tries, but ones like that, just only the second time they've been down our end, and it was just before half-time, so... Yeah, a little bit... I mean, I would have taken 8-6 at the start of the game, but considering the way the half went, I thought, 2 points was... probably should have had more than that, so... Yeah, but, that's the way it goes, but... Yeah, definitely, they probably went in at half-time feeling pretty good about life.
Second half of the 2023 Grand Final as the Panthers defending the southern end of Accor Stadium, leading by just the 2. And it's Palacia who brings it back at speed, met by a black wall of Panthers defenders, including Spencer Leniu.
I think you can see the way the Broncos started second half. They definitely were energised by the end of the first half. We gave them a pretty good crack, and they stood up to it, so I think we knew we were in for it was going to be a tough battle, real tough battle. So
7 tackles here to work it. 2 got it back in the Panthers' territory as Mann gets away from everybody, runs to Edwards. Edwards won't stop him, and Ezra Mann.
Yeah, that was poor from myself. I let Larry there sort of by himself, and Man was too good and isolated him, and then, I wasn't able to come up with a play. Just burnt me on the outside and, showed a fair bit of toe.
And just cuts Lindsay Smith and Isaac Tungor in half with his footwork and acceleration, and just blew Edwards for speed on the outside. The Panthers fullback thought he had him, and Ezra Mann with that little fend and acceleration to the outside, change of hands, gets the right hand ready for the fend, didn't need it. And the Broncos in front after a first half riddled with errors.
Smoothie comes back for Reynolds. Walsh is the chaser. Edwards across the field.
I feel that they were starting to get some confidence, and the rucks were getting a bit quicker. They were starting to move it a bit more. Sort of just us just trying to get back in the game.
As far as field position as well, as dominant as the Panthers were in the opening 25 minutes of the game, the Broncos are well on top here in this second half.
He plays above his weight, doesn't he? Sunir Turuva, just a charging run there again out of the backfield to help his side.
Gary.
It's a good early touch.
Kenny stays in there at dummy half, and the Panthers, for the moment, going with a smaller look. Perhaps a sign there. They're chasing points. No Jerome Luai on the field. That's why Cogger is out there. Luai from the contest for the moment. Headgear comes off. He's carried the shoulder.
Yeah, just had a bit of problem that first half, and just sort of try to needle it at half-time and see if it'll come good for second half.
For Capewell, he gets away. Yo grabs him. The Broncos asking questions, plenty of them, and the Panthers battling for answers. Palacia for Haas, grabbed there by Cogger, an important stop. Man, again!
I thought I had a pretty good go at him. I thought I was going to get him and he just slipped straight out of it. Just one of the 20 tackles in this.
Mam has two. It's the Broncos.
Yeah, so I reckon since the time that we conceded the first try into that period there, so it was, I don't know what's that, like 7 or 8 minutes, so we just never looked, just didn't look ourselves, you know, we didn't, the defensive sort of steel that we'd had all year just wasn't there. So my message was just around defence and just getting our, you know, putting all our energy into that, because we needed to stop them, because they were getting, you could see they were getting confident and they were really starting to feel it. They all wanted the ball, and they're a handful most of them are a handful when they run the ball. So that was my message. And then they scored on the next set. So not sure if it got down there or anyone listened to it.
What a moment. Ezra Mam.
Broncos have the biggest lead of the grand final. Kickoff missed there by Cobbo. Things happening for Brisbane at the moment. It goes straight to Palacia.
Yeah, Ivan Cleary not pulling any punches here. He's got Fisher Harris back out there too, so he's starting middles all back together now.
Toby Hetherington here. His first involvement coming off the bench. Deep into the game, they still have Brendan Piakura available, fresh and good to go. It's a nice situation.
Can we skip this bit?
Phenomenal, given the conditions and how hot it is.
Only 3 front rowers have won the Clive Churchill medal. Paul Dunn, Willie...
Yeah, no, I just... Reece Walsh, when he catches out of the back, moving so fast and he was getting past me quite easily, so I stupidly thought that I could just try and read it and sort of went out of the system and tried to do it by myself, but yeah, it was just that sharp. He just moved that quickly off his left in the air and left me straight on the ground, so it was, yeah, great.
Here's Mam again for the line. Ezra Mam, he scores. It's a hat-trick in the blink of an eye. And the Broncos threaten to run away with the grand final.
After that try, I was pretty gutted.
I was, I was pretty speechless actually after this one, because I just sent down the message. I'd put Moss back on after the first try and then put Fish back on after the second try. So that was sort of like, I probably wouldn't have put them both on. So when you sort of send out the big guns, Romeo had come off, and then they scored again. I didn't have much to say because it was the same message. I ended up sending down the same message. But the boys would have worked it out.
I just remember walking back and having a moment to myself, just had to sort of regroup, and I knew once I got back to the huddle I couldn't sort of be kicking stones and can't really get much worse than this, so may as well attack it. And I think once we got actually back into the huddle, yeah, everyone's body language was actually pretty good considering what had just happened. And
the body language was good, and that was one thing.
We just spoke about what we needed to do next. We couldn't really change what happened, so it was about controlling the next few moments and winning those.
Knowing there's still 25 to go, sort of was a bit of a hope.
The amount of time left was like the one thing that was like giving me hope, but man, we're in a bit of a hole here for sure.
But I think once we came into the huddle, we could still kind of feel the belief and the faith that we had in each other, and kind of felt like a movie in a way.
But I just knew it couldn't end like that. I just had this belief, just chip away, and but we just needed to put it into actions.
Something happened after that try where we got ourselves back. We changed, and we definitely looked different after this try than we had the previous, like, 10, 15 minutes.
Right there is Lindsay Smith. Now he finds Cogger.
Because then we knew we sort of had to play a bit of footy, but didn't want to go outside of the system and sort of making it up. So me and Cogs, particularly at this stage, was trying to link up and play together as much as we could.
Flat pass there for Cogger. Cleary working off him again. beats Capewell, wants support, Leona is there, the Panthers have life.
I was in fresh air.
Bro, when I was running, I saw you and Smoothie were like running next to each other.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, oh, he's not going to be able to run past him. And then I looked back again and you were just, no one was around you.
Another gear.
Back me, bro. Back me.
Yeah.
Speed.
It started sort of 2-3 sets before that, so that was like a 5-6 minute like ball in play period, which we like to do, and then to score on the back of that it wasn't just the try, it was just the nature of it. The nature of the lead-up play was like we'd sort of got it back into our rhythm, and once we were in a rhythm, like that's when we were always at our best. So that was nice to get that. And 10 points, it's like look up, it's like 16, 17 minutes. That's plenty of time. So felt a bit better at that point.
Cleary from inside the 40, trying to hook it back towards the
40-20,
sideline. He's got the 40-20. Nathan Cleary standing tall with the game on the line. Panthers trying to go back-to-back. The Broncos scored 3 straight to begin the second half. Here's Leon. Play it for Kenny. Tackles up their sleeve. Hogger now the halfback. Cleary playing on his outside.
Yeah, I was just trying to sort of stay in the moment and stay present. Obviously knew that we were still behind, but still had a lot of time. And to be honest, I wasn't looking at the scoreboard too much at this stage. Just sort of was thinking about, building a bit of momentum, and would have been nice to score, but it wasn't like a do or die moment where we had to score. So really wanted to just build a set, and go from there.
Doing there. He finds Cleary. They don't need him being tackled in this situation. He goes to Edwards.
I think a lot of it was still trying to put fatigue into him as well, because I'd had so much of the running and momentum.
That was a great tackle.
I was hungry for another try.
Double under the stick.
Gee, that was a tackle. I think they've got to keep going at Brisbane's left-hand side. Reynolds is rushing hard on Cleary any time he comes out towards his left. Mam and Cape will look a little vulnerable.
Leota playing it there as Cogger looks in, comes out to Cleary, at the back for Crichton, up against Staggs. Stephen Crichton! He scores! What a comeback by the Panthers!
That's energy, lad. Proper energy.
Well, if you thought for a moment that this championship side was just going to roll over and let the Broncos take the premiership trophy across the border, not a chance. Cleary again getting his hands on the ball. Crichton, the Dally M centre of the year, out on this left-hand side. Great work from Cogger straightening the attack. Cleary gets to Reynolds, gets deep into the line. Now it becomes a battle.
Yeah, I was checking his definition of big game player. Just would always come up with unbelievable plays and just a freak, but he works hard for that too. So we'll definitely miss him, but glad to look back on these memories that we've created with him.
Huge kick here.
Good kick.
3 in from touch. Cleary, the Iceman, adds 2 more points.
I remember thinking at this stage running back, and I looked up at the clock because I kind of said before I wasn't really looking at the scoreboard or clock too much. I looked up and it was like 10 minutes to go and we're only down by 4, and it kind of shocked me, to be honest. I just thought like we had all the momentum and there was still so much time to go. So I was actually feeling pretty confident at that stage.
As Cogger finds Leniu.
Great tackle.
The right man for this point in the game is Spencer Leniu. The carries that he can produce. Yo for Cleary at the back. Edwards, Garner, room for the Panthers. Garner takes it down within 10. They've got 1 play remaining. To'o feeds it for Cogger. He wants Cleary. He'll chip it. Not a great one again. A touch by the Broncos. Comes back. Cleary. Cogger. Still the last. Crichton. What does he do? He grubbers. Staggs won't bring it back. They trap him. It's another goal line dropout.
It's probably only just thinking about running out of time, I suppose. You know, we're inside 5 minutes. But after the previous try, when Nat kicked it from the sideline, I felt really good about our chances. So I was still pretty hopeful, actually. Obviously, repeat set and possession, and we definitely had the better of the game, obviously. This was a big play, like, just come up with so many big plays at the, you know, in this whole part of the game where if we didn't get one of them, we might have, you know, that might have been the end of the momentum for us. But we just kept, they didn't seem like big plays, but in the context of it all, they were. So I was feeling, I don't know, it was a bit like a dream at the moment. Like, it was just weird because just like, it was all happening so fast. You know, we'd gone from just, you know, that, all the boys were saying, you know, 24-8 down and everyone's shattered and, you know, thinking about all this other stuff. And you know, 10 minutes later, here we are. Like, this is what's going on. So it's a bit of a roller coaster here.
It's Kenny. Back to Edwards. Tries to fend away from Walsh. He does. Still going. Flegler and Carrigan under pressure. Quick play the ball. Fisher-Harris chopped down by Walters. Another quick one. Sorensen here. Ricky fills a gap. 4 tackles gone. Meters out. Short side. Cleary takes on Reynolds. Cleary! Cleary scores! The Iceman cometh! Nathan Cleary scores the try that locks up the grand final.
Well, just when you thought Brisbane were going to snatch it, Ezra Mann went one on that tremendous run.
I was pretty happy. Oh, yeah, that was good. That was a good feeling. No, it was a really big play, obviously. I mean, just Nate wanted the ball for the back end of that game, like you mentioned before. He really went after it and come up with some really big plays for us, and none bigger than that one.
I think a lot of us in this team are big believers in everything happens for a reason. You know, with them scoring 3 tries and then just the way that the boys flip the switch sort of thing, and then this guy just takes the game by the scruff of the neck and does his thing, left foot, sort of that, you know. Oh, bro, just seeing, like, had the perfect angle of just the whole opening up from and him just taking it was crazy, man. Yeah, that was a feeling to remember.
Yeah, everyone was going wild in the box, actually. Even Damas. Yeah, I was, and yeah, like, it was obviously an incredible moment. Just, it was sort of like, I was the same as Romy. Had the right behind where the gap just opened up, and so it was like a whole range of emotions all at once. But it quickly turned for me to, like, you know, okay, we're in front, we will be. How long to go? There's still, you know, there's time on the clock. There's a few minutes. They'll kick short. So I was thinking all that stuff. I was already into the short kick-off, which we, throughout the year, didn't really defend that well. And as I said, like, the Broncos looked so dangerous every time they had the ball. So that's what I was already thinking about after this. So it was more just afterwards where I was thinking more about, you know, the play and what happened and all that. Like, right now, I'm just thinking about sending messages down. I think I made another sub, just trying to get our best defensive team that I possibly could out on the field. That's all we needed, you know. So, yeah, it's all about what's next, as opposed to sort of revelling in the moment, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I remember I won the ball on the play before. I just thought we had the numbers on that one, and then the next play I probably shouldn't have got it because they actually numbered up an extra guy. But I don't know, I just felt like I was sort of in that perfect sort of flow zone where I wasn't really thinking too much about what was going on. I was just sort of playing, and yeah, it wasn't until I actually put the ball down I was like, wow, we're actually going to be in front. So, but yeah, it's like Biz said before, it sort of felt like a movie, and it honestly does. Like, even watching it back now, it still doesn't feel like that actually happened. But yeah, I'm pretty glad it did.
And from right in front, Nathan Cleary gives the Panthers the lead.
If I missed that, I would have quit footy and moved to the country.
The Panthers are close to doing what no team has done for 40 long years at this level of the game. Kenny for Smith.
What a game. What an absolute epic this has been.
They were the two standout teams through the minor premiership. They've given us a grand final to remember.
I'm stunned. The comeback and the character of this Penrith side. And the genius of Cleary.
Cleary's kick, the back end of the set, goes down to Warpers, and the Broncos have less than 60 seconds to go 80 metres. Farnworth charging. Maybe he's...
Was everyone up on the sideline?
All of us, bro. Yeah. Pretty much on the field.
What do they go to? Reynolds wanted it there. Carrigan looked to him. He held on to it. Walters to Reynolds. Here is Walsh. He takes them on. Looking for an offload. He gives it to Sorensen.
I love watching that, eh? Makes me that happy.
Walsh took a chance. Penrith had the ball. 15 seconds left.
3 straight premierships. Unbelievable. We are witnessing greatness.
Kenny waits. Almost the entire Penrith team surrounding Mitch Kenny. They want the siren to sound. They've stepped into the history books. 3 straight titles for the Penrith Panthers. They are one of the greatest teams we've ever seen. What an incredible comeback. Down 24 points to 8. Ezra Mann scored a hat-trick in the space of 10 minutes, and the Broncos were running to the Probin Summons Trophy at that stage. But Cleary somehow finds a way, without Jerome Luai on the field, to strike the partnership with Jack Cogger. They score 3 straight tries themselves to break the hearts of Adam Reynolds and the Brisbane Broncos. Penrith at full time have taken down Brisbane 26-24. The Panthers, they are still just getting started, and that's ominous for the rest of the NRL.
It didn't feel real for me that night. I don't know, like it took a while, hey. Like, just that, when you just see it again like that, it's just an, like, you know, fortunate enough to have won 3, but like that feeling was like even better than maybe the other, or maybe it's not better, but it's different. Because it was just so unlikely. Like, if you just think about what had happened in the last 20 minutes. That was just, yeah. It was amazing. It was interesting that the boys are saying it was like a movie. It was like that. But I know, you know, I feel like that we've just worked so hard for so long and been so consistent that, you know, we just got, yeah, it was our night, you know, like things not went our way, but, you know, some days are diamonds, and that was just a roller coaster of a game. It's such a good game. Broncos were so good. And just the storyline of it was just so, yeah, something to, you just couldn't write that. So it's pretty cool to be part of.
One cool thing that we've done as a group is we've always tried to give our time and stuff to the fans, because we know how much they mean to us and how much they care, and it's a real footy town. You know, I think a lot of the time the mood of the town is based on sometimes how we're going, and to see them so happy, some fans in tears, like it does yeah, it does sort of hit home for you and means a lot. And even the next day we went to the stadium and there was just so many people there all in the field. So it was pretty special and yeah, glad we could share it with them.